Soviet-style buildings with a bunch of communal problems, emergency engineering networks, outdated and inefficient equipment at the communal utilities. As a result, poor quality of services in a polluted environment. The communal sector is stuck in the past. A system approach was required to start the reform. Therefore, work of the USAID Municipal Energy Reform Project in Ukraine was divided into two levels. The first level is the national level. Before you start moving towards change, you need to define the route and destination. That was done. With the support of the project, a number of documents were developed and adopted. A low-emission development strategy was developed along with an action plan for its implementation. A state climate policy concept as approved by the Cabinet of Ministers of Ukraine. An energy sector section developed for the Global Climate Agreement, which Ukraine has joined. A national energy strategy and national action plans on renewable energy and energy efficiency developed and approved. The movement should follow the rules, but these rules need to be defined. The Ministry of Regional Development, Construction, Housing and Communal Services became the main partner of the project in this. A large number of laws were drafted jointly. In general, in the last 3 years, a record number of laws has been adopted, and they have fundamentally changed relations in the area of energy efficiency and communal services. As a result, the communities, both in multi-apartment buildings and the cities as a whole, were able to reduce energy expenses and allocate them to other socially important needs. Movement towards the sought outcomes requires significant resources, including financial resources. One of the barriers for these investments was the system of tariff setting for communal services. The current calculation methodology is focused on the costs as incurred by the utilities. Almost all the money is spent to pay for energy resources, while the issues of modernization remain unnoticed. Incentive-based regulation may change the situation. Introduction of this methodology involved the experts of the USAID Municipal Energy Reform Project in Ukraine. The essence of this methodology is in its title. It aims to create incentives for investments in modernization of the networks and equipment. Investments accelerate reforms. However, they need to be controlled, especially in the communal sector. Also, they need to be controlled by the regulator, NEURC. The law on the National Energy and Utility Regulatory Commission was developed and adopted with the support of the project. A benchmarking system and a framework for communal services quality monitoring was developed for the Commission. A stop at the very beginning of the path towards change. That was the risk caused by the growth of tariffs and a difficult situation in the economy. In order to support the socially vulnerable groups of the population, it was necessary to change the system of subsidies, to simplify procedures and to adapt them to new reality. The USAID project experts have provided support to the Ministry of Social Policy in this, and including in the form of training for civil servants from the regions. Work is also underway on optimization of social entitlements and monetization of subsidies. Those who receive state aid should be incentivized to reduce energy consumption. This is another goal to be achieved. Together with the State Agency for Energy Efficiency of Ukraine, the USAID project experts have implemented a number of initiatives that have become a driving force in energy efficiency and renewable energy in particular. A law on the energy efficiency of buildings was adopted. Methodical recommendations and introduction of energy management and energy monitoring systems were developed, and training of specialists was conducted. A package of bylaws was also developed for the creation of a transparent market of solid biofuels. A law on the development of production of liquid biological fuels was also drafted. The draft law aims to implement the provisions of the European Parliament and EU Council Directive on the promotion of using energy from renewable sources. A law on heat supply was also adopted. It will help increase the share of alternative energy used in the heating sector. An assessment of district heating systems was conducted in several cities in terms of network optimization and integration. The maximum efforts were made to ensure that the ESCO mechanism is functional in the sector of public buildings. An ESCO law was drafted and adopted. A state warm loans program and 150 municipal programs were initiated. The work of the USAID Municipal Energy Reform Project in Ukraine at the national level also continued at the municipal level. The move to reduce energy consumption at the municipal level also started with the identification of the routes. At the municipal level, those are the Sustainable Energy Action Plans. The project experts were actively involved in the development of these documents in the partner municipalities. With their participation, 25 such documents were prepared. They contain over 600 investment projects in energy saving. 60 detailed investment projects with a total value of about $490 million were prepared. Further, we will talk about the largest of them. Thermal modernization of public buildings, Ternopil. Project experts have helped attract more than $30 million from the European Investment Bank to modernize the heating systems of 93 educational and science institutions. Public transport, Chernihiv and Ivano-Frankivsk. With support from the USAID project, 75 new trolleybuses will operate on the routes in these cities in 2018. Solid waste management, Khmelnytsky. With support of the USAID Municipal Energy Reform Project in Ukraine, a unit was installed at the municipal landfill to process landfill gas into electricity. ESCO mechanism, Odessa region. USAID project specialists audited the public buildings and helped conduct 40 tenders for the procurement of energy services. Implementation of reforms and a significant number of projects required a targeted information campaign. It is much easier to move towards change when you have information that helps you understand the situation. That is why some 350 events for information exchange and training were held in the partner municipalities. The audience was made up of both journalists and specialists from the private and public sectors. During such events, the participants were able not only to understand the latest trends and changes, but also to share their experiences. Public information work was carried out by the Home Owners Association Clean Energy Resource Centers. The USAID Municipal Energy Reform Project in Ukraine helped set up 18 such centers in its partner cities. At the resource centers, all interested citizens, in addition to consultations, could receive numerous educational materials both on the issues of the establishment of home owners associations and energy efficiency. Signposts on the road to energy efficiency are also needed for ordinary citizens. For this purpose, work was carried out to promote economical use of energy resources among the widest possible audience. The main channels of communication that were used included billboards and city lights, video PSAs posted on social media networks and broadcast on more than 100 TV channels. A specialized program, Your Home, which was broadcast on TV channel UA Pershi and more than 30 regional channels. In the fall of 2017, a joint project with the internet media outlet Obozrevatelь started. In the course of the USAID project, the attitude of Ukrainians towards energy efficiency has changed dramatically. This is evidenced by the dynamics of warm loan issuance. In 2017, 650 homeowners associations took out loans for energy efficiency measures, while in the previous 2 years only 550 such loans had been issued. As for individuals, 280,000 families received warm loans during the course of the program. In total, Ukrainians invested more than 5 billion hryvnias in energy efficiency. A sociological survey confirms that the goal has been achieved. More than 18% of the adult population recognize the information materials of the USAID Municipal Energy Reform Project in Ukraine. Almost 90% support the energy efficiency measures and introduction of alternative energy sources. All this was made possible due to the efforts of the project team and partners.
Ми мріємо про сонячні колектори.
We are dreaming of solar collectors and solar panels. This is still an idea. And we were inspired by the experience of a homeowner association from Rivne, which I saw on the Your Home program.
Передачі в програмі «Твій дім».
One should think, pick up a calculator and make calculations in order to spend as little money as possible from the family budget on heating. We now pay about 50% less according to the meter. And if the weather is warm and the outdoor temperature is above zero, we are paying 70% less.
Я знав, що якщо взиму перейти не
I
утеплення,
knew that it would be bad if we did not insulate the house by the winter time. I learned that there was such a state program, Warm Home,
вони допомогли мені отримати кредит.
and they helped us in receiving the loan, and I have already collected my compensation.
Мы планируем устанавливать солнечные и ветроэлектростанции.
We are planning to install solar and wind power units in the grounds of our building, which will provide us with our own electricity, and we will generate additional income when it is not needed in wintertime.
У меня люди сейчас проходят и
People
говорят,
come to me and say,
«Знаете,
we did
мы
not
не
believe
верили,
that it would be so
что
warm in the
настолько
apartments,
будет
and we would have
квартира
payments like
и у
this.
нас будут такие
But
платежи».
as it turned out, it was
Оказывается,
realistic.
это реально.
Такі проекти, як
The projects such as the Municipal Energy Reform Project give us inspiration for us to continue with such projects and enable us to implement those projects and accordingly provide us with the necessary tools for this.